I guess we can jump into the winners. And for me, my first winner is the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
They look phenomenal. The two Aarons are both superstars this year as far as the first two games go. They're legit Super Bowl contenders, and they're a scary team in a division where the 49ers and the Saints are trending down. The Seahawks and the Packers are trending up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a
Good
really
sign.
good team right now. And I think that especially with the fact that the 49ers look really banged up and the Saints lost, that gives the Packers a huge sigh of relief because the two teams in that conference that I would say is better than them are now dropping and the Packers are on the climb. They look like they could be a team that could contend for 11, 12 wins this year.
Why do you think Aaron Rodgers is doing so much better this year?
Maybe because of Jordan Love.
You think getting some motivation?
I think he needed some motivation. I mean, as much as people like to hate on him, he's so old, he was still good last year. He was the 7th best quarterback last year. The only quarterbacks better than him would have been Lamar Jackson, of course, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Dak Prescott and Jimmy?
Yeah, Dak Prescott and Jimmy Garoppolo. And then Aaron
According
Rodgers,
to who is this list?
according to my database of quarterback rankings, which I feel like they're pretty complete rankings.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that bad. And he finished 7th. He beat out Tom Brady, beat out Drew Brees, beat out Matt Ryan, beat out a lot of quarterbacks that people would consider to be, maybe better than him.
Do you think the Packers could have possibly drafted Jordan Love knowing this would happen?
Possibly they did draft him knowing it would happen. I
Kind
don't
of
know.
a win-win situation, giving some fuel to the fire, as well as getting a potential franchise quarterback later down the road.
It would have been a good strategy. I don't think it would have been a bad strategy at all for the Packers.
Okay, winner. My winner is going to be pretty obvious. I think you guys all expected this one. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, the Raiders with Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, that defense, John Gruden, their coach. They played a great game against the Saints. They beat the Saints fair and square. I know it was without Michael Thomas. I know Drew Brees did not play well. Drew Brees looked like he was throwing a medicine ball and not a football yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He was just heaving that thing, could not get it out of his hands quick enough. They played great. You gotta give them some credit. People are finally putting some respect on the Raiders' names. Maybe finally realizing that Derek Carr is not a terrible quarterback. And I've never thought it's Derek Carr's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought the team around him. I don't think Derek Carr is the type of QB that can single-handedly carry a team.
No.
But I don't think he's a quarterback that can diminish a team. I think he's a very average quarterback.
Yeah, right along the average.
So I don't think there are no problems quarterback. But I think if they play like this the rest of the year, they are a serious contender coming out of the AFC to get a couple upsets in the playoffs. Do pretty well. The Raiders really impressed me.
Yeah, that's a good pick. All right, moving on to our next group of winners. I have the Padres. Why do I have the Padres? Well, 14 years. It took them 14 years, but they're back in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
They clinched their ticket by beating
Almost
the
as long
Mariners.
as the Mariners, yeah.
Yeah, but they ended their streak, and the Mariners have not. So, kudos to the Padres. I mean, the Mariners kind of are trying to copy what they did in their rebuild, and hopefully it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
The Padres have tried to rebuild before. It didn't work very well, but, they seem to have figured out. They got the veterans in there, like Moustakis and Will Myers and Manny Machado, Eric Hosmer, and then they got the young guns. And man, Tatis looks great.
Yeah.
He's been in a little decline. Probably won't be
that's
getting the
why
MVP
that's why I
anymore.
disagree with your picks. I feel like you really want to see your young rising star do really well.
Mm-hmm.
And he just hasn't been doing well the last couple of weeks, so that's why I wouldn't say they're a winner.
I'd say they are. They made it to the playoffs. And
But I think everyone knew they were. I think everybody knew they were going to make the
14
playoffs.
years.
So I think for this week they're not winners. I see where you're coming from, though. I don't think it's a terrible pick, but I would not
And
personally
plus,
make that pick.
their pitching staff looks great. They got a couple guys in there. Denelson Lamet. He carved out the Mariners, and he looks like he's a stud.
How old is that guy?
Like 22. He's
pretty young.
Yeah. He looks like he could be really good. Who's your second winner?
I have our hometown quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, number 3, 5'10", or no, 5'11", Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell has been playing great. People are finally putting some respect on his name. People He has not gotten one MVP vote. That is insane. Russell Wilson's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best. He's the best quarterback in my opinion. He's playing the best football right now in the entire league. He's front-running MVP going into week 3. He's playing great. That's what the Seahawks need from him. He's looking like he's rising, even though he's on the wrong side of 30. It looks like he's rising, which is what you want to see. And I would not be surprised if this guy plays till he's 45. I mean,
I would be surprised.
He's taking great care of his body. He said in an interview he wants to play till he's 50. So I mean, he's on the rise. Russell's playing great, throwing one of the best deep balls in the league.
He is on track. He's on track for 72 touchdown passes.
You know what's crazy is he has almost as many touchdowns as incompletions.
Yeah, 9 touchdowns,
11 incompletions. And if you
just the one interception, which
and if you get rid of the interception, then that's 9 to 10. Even better. Without an INT, I'm going to ignore that INT. That was 100% Greg Olson's fault. No offense, Greg. I mean, I love you, but that was your fault, buddy. But I give it to Russell Wilson. Should have probably closed the game out on 3rd and 1, which is my one knock. If I'm a quarterback, I do not, even if that play call comes in, I do not throw the ball 50 yards down the field on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it was an interesting decision.
A first down, like 2 yards in that situation is the same as 50 yards. So I don't know what the play calling was there, but other than that, he played great, best quarterback in the league. That is my week number 2 winner.
Your number 2 winner. All right, for me, number 3, I'm going to go to a sport that we really haven't touched on at all so far in this podcast. I'm going to go with my very own from the PGA Tour, Bryson DeChambeau.
He destroyed.
He won the U.S. Open, and he ran away with it on the last. He wasn't winning going into the last day, but he ended up winning by like 4 or 5 strokes. So he pulled off a really great victory for the U.S. Open. So really talented golf player.
Pretty young guy.
The thing about DeChambeau, there's not anything skill-wise that really sets him apart, except for his ability to drive the golf ball. I mean, he can just hit it so far, and it's really impressive to see because most of the golfers aren't able to hit it that far.
The Frenchman.
Yeah, DeChambeau. So yeah, for me, I say DeChambeau for winning. I think it was his first U.S. Open. It may have been his first major as well. So good for him.
Good for him. I mean, I like to see the underdogs. Other than Tiger, I want to see an underdog win. So good for that guy. So, my last winner is... Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. Wait, the Sounders! The Sounders! Of course the Sounders is a winner. They have taken over the Sporting KC as the top of the standings. They're doing great. They're on a little bit of a run. Our rivals, the Timbers, are coming over. I don't know. I mean, we lost them last time, but I think this is a huge statement win we need to make because... We can't let Portland thinking they're that. We can't let Portland.
Sounders are so impressive.
Yeah.
Just the way that they're able to win and keep winning all the time.
Year in, year out. Sounders are one of the more underrated teams in all of sports, really, because no one really. They're so consistent. Top of the leaderboard, right? They're definitely making the playoffs this year. Big game against our rivals, the Timbers, but they are a big winner as they are number 1 in the standings, they're ahead of Sporting KC with even 1 less game played. So if they played the same amount of games, they could be 4 points ahead of everybody. That hasn't quite happened, but I mean, go Sounders! Really, go Sounders! I think we should start talking about the Sounders a little more because they are just great. Any Sounders fans in the audience, really comment down below. But they are a huge winner. I'm so excited to see what this team does. A lot of middle-aged guys who are just really solid. They never waver down, never waver up. Defense is great. Stephen Fry has been consistent for the last 7-8 years. So they're a big winner. You want to go to the first loser?